you need some cheer,
I have
right?
enough stress going
Well,
on.
and if you need cheer, the place you need to go is Pinzone's Italian Village, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
That is where the magic happens. And you're making, what, scallops with butternut squash and pumpkin?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we're going to use spaghetti squash
Okay.
and butternut squash. Some of my favorite. This is a great time for pumpkin, of course. Any kind of squash. You could use zucchini, great yellow crookneck squash. But I really like this because it's real thick, real simple to make. If you look, there's only like 6 ingredients here, so it's very,
it seems like this is going to be one of your easier dishes you've done on the show.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Italian cooking. It's ingredient driven. If you get great ingredients and you just cook it properly, it'll come out fantastic.
Okay.
So it's all about preferential. First thing I'm going to show you is when you take the squash here, and I'll point this out here, is that you take it, just cut it in half, and you just stab it with a couple of knife holes here. Put it in the oven. You can follow the recipe on
the website.
Yeah. And then it'll cook off, and then we're just going to take it. And then after it just scrapes right out like that. See?
When you make those little divots, does that make that easier?
Yeah, it causes it actually to steam a little bit because you're sitting face down.
Okay.
But you just pull it out just like that. And then what we'll do next is after we get all the squash out, is we're going to take we'll just take this mallet here.
All right.
But I want to show you this here. This is spaghetti squash. This is the reason why I call it spaghetti, because you just shred it and look, it comes out.
And it looks just like spaghetti.
Just like spaghetti. Yeah. You can just separately by itself. I like making it sometimes take it, make like a little nest out of it, and put other different colored squashes out of it. But real simple. Do that. We're going to just mix this around.
Okay.
Now you can put this in a food processor, you get a pulsing wand, and just make it real smooth. But what we're going to do is I like it kind of chunky, just a little bit of texture to it, and then we're going to cook it in the pan over here during the segment. We're going to add some fresh herbs. This is oregano, thyme, and once again, you can custom tailor it to anything that you want to do. Just make it your very own. Then we'll add a little bit of granulated garlic, a little bit of sea salt.
This gives it that nice additional flavor, right?
Right, because the sea salt, what it does, it extracts that flavor out. It doesn't impart a certain flavor to it. It just brings it all out to the surface, so it's really good.
Magnifies it.
Absolutely. So that's all we
what
got.
you want with these kind of dishes.
Yep.
What would be a total running time, Scott, for this dish overall, if you made it from scratch?
Well, the long time that you're going to take is going to be in the oven. So that's about, I think it took me like 45 minutes to cook these. So depending on the size of that, just set that there.
And right now, Scott's got this on level 3, and this was typically where you're on a scale of 1 to 9, about 3?
Because it's already cooked, so we're just bringing it up to temperature. We're just making it warm.
Okay.
But you can actually serve it cold because if you want to, or room temperature, because the great texture between the hot scallops and the cold squash also be great too. So we're just warming that up. So it's cooked.
And then what are we going to do later in our upcoming cooking
Next thing we're
segments?
going to cook the scallops on this nice new grill y'all got for me here. So,
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
and we will have the recipe on the Studio 10 tab under fox10tv.com. We'll check in with Scott Dumas a little bit later. Scott, one thing I think we need to do, since I know Katie doesn't work for you anymore, we need to just have like a cardboard cutout of her,
right,
so that way it's like she's still here in the segments.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. That way her spirit will live on here with these
It always will,
cardboard
or not.
Exactly, right. Now, we'll check in with Scott a little bit later in the show here on Studio 10. Cheers.
Yeah.
Making something perfect for fall with Chef Scott from Pinzone's Italian Village. Scallops with butternut squash and pumpkin. You have pumpkin, squash. It all sounds very fall, and it even has an orange color.
I know. Yeah.
Makes you think orange. It makes you think orange, obviously, Cherish. Makes you think fall. So we
orange fall, yeah.
And you even brought some spinach in.
I did. I always try to incorporate a little spinach. It's extra iron. It's great.
We need that greenery.
We do, and make it look good too. Exactly. And of course, I brought scallops. I know how you love our scallops.
Yes.
And,
oh my gosh,
normally
they're
do it with
so
the
good.
risotto, but we'll change it up a little bit for the fall menu. We've got a new menu coming out in a couple of weeks. So.
And they're big scallops too.
Huge. They're the U10 scallops. Means under 10 of them will equal a pound. And we actually get them so fresh they actually come in the cheesecloth. They're very nice. We get them shipped throughout the week.
And just a few will fill you up.
Yep, it's
really,
great.
truly.
So it's real simple though. We already got the squash done. We're just going to grill this off, and then we'll plate up the next, and we're good.
Okay.
I did season with a little bit of cayenne. Cayenne's actually pretty popular in Italy. So.
Speaking of Italy, I saw on Facebook you're doing tours of Italy.
We are.
What's this all about?
It was great. We had Spanish Fort Elementary come out the other day. Had a great time, and they come in and we give them a little tour. We welcome them, teach them a couple little Italian words, the good ones, of course, and then we take them through. We take them all through the whole village. And we actually get to walk around in the kitchen at Isabella's, and then we bring them into the deli with that big panoramic view of Florence, and we talk about history, we talk about art, we talk about just everything. This particular case was geared toward manners and table manners and etiquette and so forth and so on. So it was really fun, you know. And they all at the end we all served them pizza and some salad, and it was a lot of fun. It was great.
So what are those good Italian words?
Just like buongiorno, you know, good morning and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, just real simple greetings and you know, arrivederci and all kinds of. You know.
You mentioned the panoramic view too. I know this is a really big wedding season, this time of year, and you have a great place for showers, wedding showers.
Yeah, I mean, we've had weddings there. We've had bridal luncheons, showers. It's great, and so we actually have one coming up. People have been with us since day one, and in about 2 weeks we're having their wedding there, their reception there, the dinner, everything. So from start to finish, it'll be great. So.
There's a beautiful apartment right above Isabella's Steakhouse, and so if you want to have a shower there, Scott was nice enough to give me a tour a few weeks ago, so I got to go through the entire village. So you have Isabella's Steakhouse, you have the Italian Penzone's Italian if you want some Italian food, and then you have the deli, and then you have the wine bar. So it really is like you're in Italy. Yeah, here's some video. Here, this is
walking right through it right there.
Yeah, it feels like we're walking through. Exactly. So to the right, that balcony there is an apartment, and oh my gosh, it's beautiful, perfect for any kind of wedding shower up there.
Yeah, it's a great setting. Very nice, very romantic,
and great food too, of course.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, always. And you can get the recipe for what we're making today on our website, fox10tv.com, on our Studio 10 page. And by the way, if you want to go get Chef Scott to make it for you, right in the middle of downtown Fairhope, 312 Fairhope Avenue.
Yep, right next to K Collection. Yep.
Man, I have pretty good memory sometimes.
Yeah, pretty good, yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
See how I mentioned that? Sometimes. Like orange is orange.
Yep.
Michael.
Welcome back to Studio 10. Scott made it funny before we came back on the air. We are joined with Chef Scott Dumas from Penzone's Italian Village. We're finishing up the scallops with butternut squash and pumpkin. And this is looking a lot different than it did when we did our last segment together, Scott. Yeah,
like I said, it's all ingredient driven, and like I said, if you just cook it properly and get great ingredients, it'll come out very good. One thing about the squash is very versatile. You can add, like I said, different flavors to it, and you know, so it's really good. I like it a lot.
And so what's the next step here?
We're just going to plate it up.
All right.
We just take the squash in the center. Like I said, you can use any kind of squash. You know, pumpkin, of course, during the season, and then butternut squash is my favorite.
Looks almost like a flower from the aerial shot there, doesn't it?
Yep. And we just take these grilled scallops.
Those alone look like they're going to taste
They are.
good.
They're great.
I mean, I was just looking at those before we came on the air, and I thought, man.
These are sushi grade, so I mean, they actually, you can cook them medium rare. Some people like them like really well done. But
is medium rare how you cooked them here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Then we're going to take this balsamic.
All right.
From my neighbors down there at the Happy Olive. This is a blackberry ginger.
We had them just on last week.
Yeah, they're great folks. But we're going to drizzle that on there. Like I said, I took a little bit of oregano, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of basil.
Okay.
And just sprinkle that on there. You're good.
And what will that add to it?
Anytime you can add fresh herbs to it, you're bringing out a whole new area. I mean, it's like a lot of, I call it herbaceous. We like that word?
Herbaceous.
Herbaceous, yeah.
That'll be our word of the day. I like that.
But, you know, tarragon will have a little licorice to it. Basil will get a little bit of spice. Oregano will also get a different depth to it. So they're so versatile. Fresh herbs is definitely the way to go.
Well, if you would like to make this herbaceous dish, all you have to do is go to our website. You go to fox10tv.com. You click on the Studio 10 tab. All the ingredients will be there, as well as the video of all of our cooking segments for today. And make sure you go down to Penzone's if you're ever in the Fairhope area. Right, Scott?
Absolutely. Come see us.
All right. And we will be back with more Studio 10 coming up on the other side of this break. Stay